What's crack-a-lackin' party people? It's Yazoo from Daysout. We asked you guys to ask us questions on our IG, and we chose a few, and we're gonna answer them for you. Why don't you start, Jay?
Alright, let's get into it. Yeah.
First question.
If you had a time machine, it's from Cake Jerry from Tom and Jerry. If you had a time machine, where would you go and what would you do?
What would you do?
We're going back to the 60s.
Okay.
I'm gonna meet Pony Boy from Outsiders.
No outliers?
Not Outliers. I said that in the previous thing. Correct.
Well,
never make the same mistake twice. If you do, shame on you.
Okay. You know what? I would get a time machine and I would go to the future and I would grab maybe 100, 200, 300 years in the future, and I would grab the piece of technology that would just be groundbreaking today and bring it back. And then I'd say it's my own. And I would be rich.
Sounds very humble.
I'm very humble.
I feel like you'd run into an issue though.
Yeah.
Because if it's 300 years and you bring something back like that, I don't think anyone in this time would be able to even comprehend what you're bringing back.
Maybe, yeah. Kind of like if I were to bring an iPhone in the medieval ages, I think I would just get stoned.
Yeah, probably. That being said though, I would want to go back to whenever Buckethead was taking lessons with Paul Gilbert.
Okay.
I would want to go back to that time and also take lessons with Paul Gilbert.
That would be pretty solid.
That'd be pretty sweet. Next!
From that one cosplay dude, where does the name come from? How did the band start? That's a fun one.
That's a good question.
So essentially, our old band name was No Time to Explain, NTTE. We loved it. It was a great name. Copyrighted. And kind of long. We spent a lot of time and we
misspelled one.
We did the Grevious. Not Grievous.
Or Grievous.
Or Grievous. The Grevious. And the best part is that we were doing it and we were just memeing because we were all at my place and we were all talking about, okay, what band names can we do? And I started naming items off of League of Legends. I was like, oh yeah, Frozen Heart. The Bloodthirster. And then we were like,
What made it so fun is that Jared doesn't know anything about League of Legends, so he thought they were genuine ideas.
And then I was like,
yeah, they're such assholes.
I was like, grievous wounds. And he's like, no, let's do it. And we fucking put it down, and we put the Grevious instead.
He fucking spelled it wrong. I was like, how do you spell it? And I trusted him.
Oh my God.
He trusted the spelling.
So yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then I think after that, how did we get Days Out?
We just
spammed the group chat.
Yeah, I think we just
and
kept.
eventually one name was just like, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Well, we had specific criteria for picking a name, right? It had to be short. It had to be chantable, Days Out Band on the Instagram. So it had to be chantable. We had some criteria that needed to fit. And yeah, we just kind of came upon Days Out.
To answer the second part,
what?
How did the band start? Pretty big.
You got 2 on us? That's fucking.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. The band originally was actually just me and David. And it actually started because we were in the same pre-calc class in high school. It was a junior year. Me and David were just jamming out in class, and we had a friend come up, and she asked us, she was like, hey, are you guys actually a band? And we were like, no, not really, no. But she was like, no, my birthday party's coming up, and I'd love to have you guys play, and we'll pay you. At this time, me and David had never really performed as a band for music or for money. So we were just kind of we're kind of in it for the music, so we didn't really care. So we're like, hey, screw it. He plays drums, I'm on guitar and vocals. We rolled up, I brought in my 2 speakers, tiny ass mixer, and we set everything up, and it was really fun. That was the first time that I think we ever really performed on our own, right? and it was cool. And I knew that from there on out, like, it was something special. And I believe that same junior year, Jared was in David's music theory class. And we went to our high school, had this thing called Java Night. And essentially it was kind of like a talent show, right? And we were like, dude, let's perform for Java Night. So we all got together. Jay was on guitar. I was also on guitar. David was still on the drums, and we rocked it. Roll the clip. It's so good. It's so good.
That was my last performance.
It's so good. We sucked
Yeah, we were
hard,
It was good though. It was a good first.
but we rocked it hard.
Like, funny shit, after that night, we were the shit at Marina. Like, dead ass, even though we were terrible, everybody was like, y'all are awesome.
Yeah, like, y'all are in a band. Like, that's what's up. And we sucked.
I wonder how many of those are ironic.
I wonder too.
Yeah, I'm
I
curious.
really wonder what Dryden thought. Dryden Mitchell from Alien Ant Farm actually went to our show.
Oh, little lore.
Little lore, yeah. Our EP, It's Complicated, mixed and recorded, but well, half mixed
Yeah.
by Dryden Mitchell. Shout
Roll the
out
clip.
to him.
Smooth girl.
Ow! That Dryden Mitchell. He's chill, cool guy. Next.
I got that. That's awesome. Oh, what's this one?
At glitchy_drummer.
Oh.
What's your main approach when it comes to writing when you write music?
That's a good question.
Excellent.
That's you guys. I don't write.
Well, it depends on what you say by music, right? I mean, there's the lyrics and then there's the instrumental. When it comes to instrumentals, taking me and David in account, it goes to show that there's very different ways on how we approach music, right? So for me, when I'm trying to write an instrumental or a song, I hear it in my head. And what I do is I go on my phone, I go to voice recordings, and I will hum it or, you know, be like, right? And then I will listen to it and then transcribe it over on my guitar. But there is many different ways that you can do that. That's just one way. Name a way that you think of riffs. How do you think of riffs?
So it's not like a conscious thing for me, you know? It's just like every day I play my guitar every day, right? So when I pick up my guitar, I just start playing whatever. So for you, like you hear it in your head, you can kind of melodize that.
Yep.
I struggle doing that. I can't really do that too well. It's more like an RNG luck of the draw thing for me, to be honest.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is.
I just kind of play my guitar a bunch, and sometimes I'll play something. I'm like, damn, that's like really good.
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah.
And other days I'm just like, this is just boring, basic shit, you know. And I'm just like, well.
So on David's side, it's more like a theorist side, right? Where he's like, oh, like, let's try to write a song in C minor. So he'll go through the C minor scale, he'll play along with it, you'll play with it, and then he'll be like, oh, cool. That's a cool sounding riff, or that's a cool sounding thing, right? But I think that one thing that we can all have opinions on is lyrics. For me, songs and lyrics are a representation of how I feel. So when we wrote the EP, It's Complicated, all three of us were going through like relationship troubles, right?
Yeah.
So writing those lyrics came like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because all we needed to do was just talk to each other. We'll just sit there and we're like, hey, we're done now. I don't want to do it anymore. Or hey, we're better off without him. Stuff like that, right? So one of those things where it's like, it pushes us through and it's a representation of how we feel as a band. For example, Jay would come up with, hey, I wrote this, like, these lyrics, like, I don't know how it can go, but that's when me and David will sit there and be like, hey, like, we'll try to write something with it. And that's, you know, that's basically our creative writing aspect, right? We're just kind of writing from the heart. And I think that that's what makes a lot of our songs so sentimental to us, right? Because we feel these songs, we understand these songs. That is one thing I really enjoy about this band.
Yeah, and a little interesting note was that, like, for Breakdown, for example, I don't normally write, but, like, that intro for Breakdown, I kind of just picked up a guitar, felt it, and then just went here and there, and then we ended up writing Breakdown. It was 2 days after I broke up with my ex, so, yeah, just kind of happens.
How it is, yeah.
I
wrote, funny enough, I wrote Done Now on a party bus back from prom. Yeah. Straight up.
I was on that party bus.
So he was on that bus. And I don't know if you remember, I was just sitting there.
Yeah.
I was replaying that riff over and over again. I'm done now, I got through somehow. It just came up in my head and I was like,
Next!
we need to write it. Next!
The one. All right. So this is from 2 questions. HB Scout and Bus. If you could open for any band anywhere, who and where would it be? And then name the most influential band. So let's just do what's a band you could open for anywhere and who is very influential. For me, I would say if I could open for any band anywhere, I want to say Green Day. Like I just want to open for Green Day. I think that'd be awesome.
That'd be fun.
At the Palladium in LA. I think
that's
that'd be
a cool
I think that'd be a sick
What
band.
are you doing?
Probably Dream Theater.
Dream Theater would be
That would be
sick.
crazy.
I would love to open for them. That would be really cool.
I'm a spin.
Nice. You get a spin? It's pretty solid. Where at? Would you have a specific venue or not?
I don't really know venues.
Oh, okay. Me neither.
Rock AM ring.
That would be crazy. That would be, I would just have to say Avenged, man. I love Avenged, and I think that's my answer to the second question too. What's the most influential band or artist for
Yeah,
me? I
Green Day
would
was
say Avenged. Avenged was such a good mix of metal / hard rock and having this melodizing aspect, and I really, really enjoyed that. Because of Avenged, I was able to open my music horizon, and I was more open to listening to other songs, whether it's heavier or maybe even softer, right?
Yeah.
Because as some of y'all know, the self-titled album from Avenged, it had a lot of different stuff in there. Metal, hard rock, even like country, like Dear
Yeah.
God, like that's they're like, if you throw it down into like music theory terms, like it's technically a country song, right? But I love that song, right? It's great. It mixes in these different aspects, and like, Sinister Gates. If I can meet him one day, that would be amazing, because they're local. They're in Huntington.
Yeah, they are.
I myself, I bought a Schecter because of Sinister Gates.
Oh shit.
That's my favorite guitar. I have a Sustainiac because of Sin. I'm very influenced by M Shadows, the way he sings, that grittiness, that like big booming type voice. You all can see it a lot in our House of Blues show. There's a lot of times when I would have this grittiness even when I talk. And that's something I really look up to, because I feel like having such this powerful voice and this like leading voice, you're able to kind of draw in this crowd and have the crowd be engaging with you, right? That's my whole thing. So very influential for me. And in terms of where, I would say the LBC. Long Beach, right here, dude. I mean, that's one of my favorite live shows from Avenged too. So if we can open for them at the venue that they're most famous for, that would be insane. But what are you guys? Name an influential band. You say Green Day, right?
It's a Green Day.
Green Day, yeah.
Green Day, Dream.
For me, most influential is Buckethead.
Yes,
Buckethead.
Buckethead. Very soulful type playing. It's a nice change of pace from what I would listen to. Because I know we would talk. I think me and David talked about it. Was like when we solo, there's a very big difference. When David solos is a very melodic type solo. When I solo is more like chaotic.
Yeah, it's
right.
Like just
so
shred.
so it's
shreds too.
Yeah, but
it's an interesting.
It's a cool dynamic, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's something really cool.
All right,
Next! All right, this is from TI85 Official. Thanks for sending us a question. When's the next show? The next show, as of the day of recording this, would be November 30th.
Check the link in bio because it's gonna be different.
Yeah, it'll always be
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
but as of right now, our next show is November 30th at Chain Reaction. We are opening for Glimmers and a few other amazing bands. So, yeah, I don't want to say too much because it'll be different by the time you're watching this, right?
But yeah,
so,
check the link in the description. Go to the
Instagram.
Instagram. Daysoutband on the Instagram.
Yes, sir.
And our next show will be there.
Yeah. Next. Okay.
Let's see.
TI85 Official.
Another TI85.
What made you all come back together after all this time?
Oh man. Go for it.
So essentially, we realized we don't like working for people. After we took our hiatus, we realized that we went different paths. She went into merchandising. I went into real estate. Yazoo went into merchandising. I went into real estate. And yeah, we started working for other people. I did delivery driving for a little while, and we went different ways and realized we enjoy music. Like, I really enjoy the performing aspect and the business side, and Yazoo really loves writing and performing. Same thing with David. He likes writing music. He was like, I want to get the band back together, and I was like, let's fucking do it. And yeah, that's 2 months ago as of now.
The thing is, like, at the end of the day, we're all friends, right? A big reason why the band broke up in the first place was kind of, we had our ideologies flipped. We were a band first, and we were friends after, right? And that created a very, you know, toxic environment. And I say this because I want anybody out there who is thinking about starting a band or who is already in a band, and if there's things going on and you guys feel like there's a lot of disagreements or you can't agree on anything, one big thing that we had to do first was, before we even thought about getting the band back together, we all had to reestablish our friendship, right? We all had to reestablish, like, we need to be friends first before we can start the band, because at the end of the day, dude, like, these guys are my family, right? It's like, we have to keep it that way. If we drag it back and we're like, we need to keep business, we need to keep the band first, it creates this unrealistic dynamic between all of us, right? We wanted to create this bond again, which we did. And now we're back better than ever, and we're always gonna be performing at, like, our best every single time. Keep on rocking, y'all.
Thank you, TI-85, for the good question.
Next!
At Moon Alu, favorite show Daysout has played?
Oh, it's hard.
Honestly, all right. Let's 2 different categories. One that we played years ago, our favorite show from years ago, I think was Stupid Cupid.
Stupid Cupid was
I think
really
that was
fun.
one of our favorite shows, at least back then. Now I would say just based pure performance, House of Blues that we just did was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
I feel like we're the most prepared for that show.
Yeah, Stupid Cupid was very fun.
Drums.
I do like performing on, like, a venue stage.
Yeah.
I would say one of my favorite shows would have to be when we headlined Chain and we did How the Band Stole Christmas.
That was fun.
That was really fun. Mainly because all of the bands there we knew.
Yeah, they're all fun.
So it was a very cool, like, hey, let's get together and rock out type
Yeah.
thing. But I do agree that in terms of our performance, I do think this most recent show that we played was one of our best. I think we were the most prepared, like Jay said. We came in, we knew exactly what we wanted to do. I would say the best performance that I think that us as a band we've done would be our most recent show at House of Blues. But yeah, I would say, man, all our shows are great. I mean,
And the next best performance is going to be the one in the description too.
exactly, that's the next best performance. What about you, David? What's your favorite show that we've done?
For me, it was one of our chain shows. I don't remember. I don't think there was anything like specially like.
Was it our first
special
one?
theme about it?
Whatever. The drum solo or
The September 28th one.
you remember the
That was
date?
the one with Rare Sense, right?
Yeah, that was our first.
That was our first show at
That was our
Chain.
first
That was a
show?
really good
Yeah.
show.
That was a really
That
fun
one
show.
was my favorite.
Lighting,
That was when we introduced Nana Not.
yeah, lighting did an amazing job.
Thank you, Chain Reaction.
Yeah, no, Chain Reaction. If y'all ever watch this, whoever did the lighting on that show, you said it was September 21st.
So
21st. September 21st.
Because it was on that exact
Yeah,
same
yeah,
day,
yeah.
So I remember I was-
Were we playing that in the car on the way back?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
No, whoever did lighting was amazing. That was great. But
was
yeah,
good.
those are my favorite shows.
Yeah. Next.
Last question
That is a good one.
from Samurai.
Oh, we never answered that one. Yeah.
Cats or dogs?
I'm a big. All right. For my lifestyle, I have to say, a cat is a lot easier to just leave at a house. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah,
you know, for,
that's what
like,
I'm saying. Yeah.
Cats are cool. I like their different personalities. Some are assholes. Like my cat Murray is a dick, and he'll go up and like swat you if you don't pet him. Don't know why he does it. I don't know where he learned it. My mom probably taught it to him. He's an asshole. I'm not saying my mom's an asshole, but he's an asshole. But like, yeah, I feel like a cat. I mean, dogs are cool too.
Yeah.
Depends.
What about you doing?
This is tough.
Yeah.
This is the toughest question of the night.
I mean, I like dogs, but I think it would have to be cats for me.
Big cat guy.
Cats just are soft and they're like. They're not
They don't
so
lick your
up in your
toes.
face. Yeah, that too. They don't lick my toes.
They don't lick your toes. That happens.
It's hard to say for me because I do love the companionship of a dog. I don't, at least most cats, I don't think that they're as like companionable.
I get what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it's like an
as
asshole, that's what I'm
dogs.
saying.
Yeah.
But I do agree with Jay where it's like the maintenance for a cat is a lot less than a dog. The only time I really had to maintenance my cat Yoshi was when he was like a baby because I had to bottle feed him. But now he just does whatever he wants and he's just kind of there.
Yeah, you just put food out for him.
Yeah, I just put food out for him, and
Food and
that's
water.
about it. Like,
Yeah.
it's chilling. It's not as high maintenance. But for my dog Willow, you gotta take her out. Like, you know,
Gotta walk her.
we gotta make sure she's happy, make sure she's playing all the time. She's a very energetic dog, right? So yeah, she's a little rat dog. But like the thing is, like, you know, as much trouble as she gives me, like, there's something about like dogs where it's like you feel their companionship. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I
like,
get
like
you.
when I come home from work, she's excited to see me.
Yeah.
But then like when I see Yoshi, he's just like, what's up? He's just,
Yeah.
you know, like there's something very heartwarming about having a dog. So if I didn't have to deal with the maintenance, I would say dog. But if I were on my own with no one to take care of anybody else, I would say a cat.
You
Yeah,
guys
sorry
like
we
this Q&A?
didn't get to all the questions. You guys sent us a lot, so we only chose a handful just to fit into the video. But next time for the Q&A, make sure y'all send us some more questions, and your question could be in this video. Pretty much it, y'all. Be sure to check out all our other videos.
We have been Days Out.
Be sure
Make
to-
you check the link in the description. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Buy our merch at our next show.
Yes, sir. Be sure to check out all our other videos too. Not only are we gonna be doing kind of vlog type videos, we're also gonna be doing, you know, of course, our performance videos, stuff like that. So if you missed out our show, oh well, watch it through the safety of your own screen. But if you do, check the link in the description for our next show. You can buy a ticket, come see us, give Jay a hug. You know what I'm saying? He's lonely. I give him hugs. I give him hugs all the time. Yeah.
I'm
Give
very
David a
sorry.
fist bump. That's how it is.
Yeah. Do
You
that-
guys
do
need to
the
learn the Days Out handshake. Learn that one, right? You're getting pretty smooth with it. Days Out band on Instagram. Oh yeah, Days Out band on the Instagram. Days Out band on the Instagram. All right, later, y'all. Peace.